Okay, so after speaking shortly about the team, we will go to the leader and the responsibility, let's say, or the task of the leader is to make the decision, is to keep the relationship between the team's member, and also to take care about the communication between the team members and inside the organization. I say that this is the three main area in which the leader is working, is doing their task. Oh, thank you for keeping me or leaving me the English translation. So, according to the Goleman theory, we have 6 styles of leadership when we are saying about leader. The one is commanding, which we can say that it's the person who is asking the team to do whatever he or she is saying. So it's very, let's say, strong leader, which doesn't care much about the opinion of another team members, who knows better how to lead the organization, who knows better how to manage, how to do the things, how to manage the team, how to manage the organization. So the commanding leader give the orders, give the task, and ask about accomplishing it, doing it, without any question and without any discussion. Then we have, I will go that direction. Then we have pace setting. So the person who has very high standards of work, who is very good in own job, who has very high standard, who also achieve very good results, and expect that everyone will do that in the same way. This is the leader who usually gives some space for the team members, saying, yeah, you can do that as you want, you can choose your own way of doing that, implementing that, but you have to keep my standards, you have to follow my rules, and at least the results should be the same as I would achieve it in the end. So this is the person who expects a lot from the team, but in the same time, he or she has the same expectation according to ourselves. So does it mean that he or she doesn't work with the team, but nevertheless expect the same level of expertise and the same engagement from each team member. Then we have the democratic leader. The democratic leader is the leader who usually asks the question, what do you think about that, the team members? So it's the leader who takes care about others' opinion, who takes care about engagement of the whole team members in the decision-making process. It's the leader who makes the decision based on the opinion of all people working in the organization. And then we have affiliative. Affiliative leader is the one who is taking care about people more than the task. So this is the leader who will always put the people in the first place, who will take care about the good vibes inside the team. who will take care about the relations in the team, about the good atmosphere. Then we have coaching style. Or, yeah. The coach is the leader who will always ask you to try something new. It's the leader who will taking care about the self-development of each team member, who will build the strategy of development of each person. Yeah. And then we have visionary. Visionary is the leader who will say, come with me, in the meaning that he or she has the vision of the organization, or he or she has the vision of change, and this is like strong, clear, and also it's the person who has this charisma to convince people to follow him or her. This is the person who will make the changes in the organization, who will make the changes in the society, with the people who will share this vision with him or her. What is important is the thing that there is no one good style of leading the team. The good leader should be flexible, and the good leader should know all the styles of leadership and choose the one which fit the best to the situation, to the team members, to the objectives, to the point in which we are in our organization. Then I will be a bit faster now. Then when we are saying about the NGO, the one factor is this team and leader. The second one is the structure. There are the organization which has no structure, without structure, or in business we say the flat structure. It's really not stable, let's say, and depend on the task, on the moment. But also we can say about the linear structure of the organization, and it's like the line. There is one person who is responsible for everything, who make the decision, and then everyone is under him or her. Then we have the hierarchical structure of the organization, which means that we have very good described hierarchy with the one on the top, like with the person leader on the top, but then we have the groups, departments, I don't know what else, offices, and everyone knows in which they belong to. They are working like separately, and they know who is their supervisor. So they know the person they are reporting to. And the third one or the fourth one, it's the matrix. Matrix means that we don't have clear established groups. We don't have clear established departments, offices. More we based on the needs of the situation, and we based on the needs of the project, and we based on the competences people we have. It means that we can divide people according to the project, but also we can divide people into groups according to their qualifications or according to the target groups. And it's different groups which can mix between each other. And there is no fixed position to each person. It means that in one group, the person can be the leader, can be the manager, but in the other group can be the team member or secretary. So it's more democratic, let's say. In this hierarchical one, the groups are very stable, are fixed, and everyone knows to which one he or she belongs. Here, it's more flexible. So we have different groups, and we can change the groups as a person, but also we can change the position in the group. If I'm the manager, does it mean that I'm the manager all the time? Because I can be also the project coordinator or volunteer or supporting assistant in another group. Based on these two factors, the Polish Association divides the non-governmental organization into like four management style. So we have these two factors. It's like leader here, and here we have commander. So here it means that the leader is very important and has responsible for the organization, but also big influence to the organization. Here we have the team, which has more to say, let's say, and which is responsible for the whole organization. And then here we have structure, and we have the one without structure, and then we have the one with the very strong, solid structure. So according to these two factors, we can say it about the leadership style of management. We can say about the collective.
У нас є стиль лідерства, колективний стиль.
And delegating style of management. And of course, in the books or in the internet, you can find another division, another definition, another factors which are taken into consideration when it's about the management style. As I said, this is based on the Polish experience, and also, like, it's an interesting thing maybe that in Poland we have 143,000 non-governmental organizations in total. So this is the number we are talking about. And when it's about the leadership style, as you see, 35% of the organization has or have this style of management in Poland. And what does it mean, leadership management? It means that we have strong leader, the one person, usually the one who established the organization, who has the vision, who knows the vision, and who knows the mission of the organization, and who want to make the change. And the leader is the person who is responsible for everything. He or she is responsible for strategy, for the project, for the managing of volunteers, for social media, and everything. And he or she usually is the only one person who is taking the decisions. So this is the person who made the decision, and the way of development of the organization depend on that person. Usually is the person who, or this kind of organization, leadership style organization, they have the problem with the team. They say it, that the biggest problem which they have the problem with the team because of the strong leader who cannot share the leadership with the others. They are working in a not that big scale, let's say. They are working usually in the city or in the town or in the village. They have the strong relationship with the local government, but also with the environment they are working in, with the citizens around them. And usually they answer the needs of the local society they are working in. And it's a smaller, usually it's small organization. Because when we have the one person who is controlling everything, it means that the structure cannot be very big, and they have usually no structures. And yeah, the person knows everything about the organization, and the people who are around just helping him or her to lead that or to manage the organization. Somehow in the contrary to that, we have the collective style or democratic style, which based on the group decision. In the democratic style of or collective style of management, the whole team is responsible for the organization. The whole team is engaged in the work. The whole team works, but also make the decision. It means that usually they are meeting, or they have a meeting in which they discuss the topics and in which they collectively decide in which way they will go and how they will deal with the problems and how they will, or what is the solution of the things they happened now. What is characteristic for them? It's flexibility. So they are more flexible with work, but also with work with the institutions and the local community. They have quite good connection with the local community. They work very close with them. They also have no structures, like the positions in the organization. It's more on the paper rather than important for them. So in Poland we have to have, like, for instance, president and vice president. Like, we just have to name that person or choose that person to show that in the on the papers. But in this kind of organization, it's really not that important which position he or she, the team member, has. And they are quite, when it's about their attitude as organizations, they are quite optimistic about the future. They share the same value, which also keep the stability of the organization somehow. So it's a group of people who knows why they are there and what they want to achieve. And this is 24% of the Polish organization. Then we have the delegating style. Delegating style, as you will remember, it's the style with the strong leader and no structures. Yeah, am I right? So in that organization, there is strong leader, but there's also like strong team, because it's bigger organization that the one managed in the leadership style. So they need the structure. They need the structure to implement the project. They need the structure to control the work of the people. They need the structure to accomplish the task they have. But still, they have the strong leader and the strong board, which knows about the project, the way they are going. But usually they don't have big influence in the daily work. It means that to implement the project, the team has independency. We have the team responsible for one project, and for daily work, the team is the one who is responsible for the project. And the leader and the board, won't interrupt them usually. They will ask them from time to time how it's working, how it's doing, how they are doing, how are the activities, but they won't lead the team when it's about the daily work. But the big decision, the important decision about the way of development, about the changes, they are made by the leader and by the board. And usually the group of people, it's not included to that decisions. I see something on chat. And this is 21%. And then the fourth one, we have formalized style. And as you remember from the division, this is the organization which has structure and no leader. Like no strong leader. It's not, that's not no leader at all, but not strong leader. It means that this is the let's say big collective organization, I would say so, in the meaning that if we have more people and if we work in the organization, then this organization, for instance, decides to divide the big team into smaller groups, and the groups are responsible for different tasks, different areas of work. They know what they have to do. They are independent on that. There is no one person or no one board who control them on that. But also they have quite flexible in the meaning that the person can change the group, can go between the groups, have just different position in the group, and there is no hierarchy usually, or the hierarchy is not that important, in the meaning that everyone has the same position, each group is the same important in the structure which we have. And this is mostly in Poland when we are saying about the big organization, but also specialized organization. The organization which hire people with the knowledge, with the experience, who do not need leading, and they know own position in the organization, and they feel comfortable on that, and they know that they can contribute in the work of the organization. And this is 20% of the Polish organization.